Hallo und willkommen zurück. Wir spielen noch den zweiten Teil, den zweiten Akt der Archonten-Quest. Und wir wurden von Navia nach der letzten Quest... Oh, ja. Ja. Das war ja gar nicht so weit weg.
Ooh, everything looks so good. People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
Why, of course. Go ahead,
Heute
try
Baguette
whatever you
in
like. If the food's good,
XXXL.
I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
And if it's not?
Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only one dish per table.
Mir fällt auf, wie sehr ich ihr Farbdesign mag. Also die Farben sind relativ simpel, aber schön. Passen gut zusammen.
Sure have your own way of doing things.
Mhm.
Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
Gute Zusammenarbeit.
Oh, true. Very true. I see. So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon. I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
Wir haben ein paar Monate Zeit, bis der Patch rum ist.
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
Well, would you consider some more, unique ways? Perhaps even methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
Oh,
Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas.
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance. I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play.
Could you suggest something a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
All right, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions.
rabiat.
I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep. You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense. Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Was this your drink? Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like to order another?
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
Wir werden gerade vergiftet.
Is that so? Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then. If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia.
Interesting. Was war mit der Fanta?
Okay. As for expenses this month, we're left with...
Hey, Navia! What are you doing over there?
Ihre Quittung anschauen.
Nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
Oh je.
Let's get ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again. Bye, Navia!
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, If you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula. I'll give your requests the highest priority.
Sehr nett, danke.
In any case, I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
See ya! There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Arrhenius might have been the last one.
Vacher.
Looks like we're back here again. Huh? Traveler? Are you hearing voices again?
Das ist noch klarer als früher.
That's kinda spooky. Are you sure we don't want to come back in the morning?
Vacher? Vacher.
Hey, why are you still walking towards it? There might be something nasty in the water.
Meine Wahrnehmung vernebelt sich.
Huh? Hang on. Hyman can kinda hear a voice. It's calling for Vacher, right? Hey, traveler? Stop walking! Come on, wake up!
Was ist das für ein Ort?
Vacher! Are you... my dear Vacher? No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vacher? Do you know where my love is?
Wer bist du?
I'm... Wait. Who am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know. My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered.
Du warst ein Mensch.
Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I am but the consciousness of one who is lost, therefore. I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim.
Du wurdest aufgelöst.
I also remember going to many places. I loved adventure, loved exploring places of peril. No matter where I went, Vacher would go with me. I knew how dearly he loved me, and I also loved him equally as much. But now, we can no longer go back. The pain of such parting, I never knew how heavy it could be.
Soll ich ihn finden?
No, our reunion no longer has any meaning. There is no way for us to create any new memories. The thought of me gives him no succor. So let it lie forgotten beneath the waters. If you meet Vacher, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. That is the only thing I still remember.
Eine Liebesgeschichte. Interessant. War wahrscheinlich etwa der Zeuge, wie du dich aufgelöst hast?
Is that what you call it? Dissolving? If anything, I consider it a form of release. It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety.
Das Bewusstsein scheint weiter zu bestehen.
I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think. Farewell, then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence.
Sonst würden wir nicht die ganze Szene bekommen.
Wake up! Come on, hurry! Navia's outnumbered!
What? Seht ihr das?
now! Look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardemeks. Chlorand? Quick, now's our chance! I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Chlorand. But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
Also, erstmal, die Musik ging ja richtig ab. Und zweitens, Chlorand ist wunderhübsch. Und was war das für eine Animation? Oh mein Gott. Okay. Ich habe das Gefühl, die haben auch Partnerschwerter. Also beide haben dasselbe Typ Schwert. Dass die irgendeine tiefere Beziehung haben.
I followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking, is it not?
Mr. Callas's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust.
Callas ist der Vater
He would do the same,
von...
were he alive today.
Do not speak of my father!
Ist der im Gefängnis gekommen? Ich habe so das Gefühl.
Sorry, demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Chlorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
Meine Theorie. Sie hat gegen den Vater gekämpft, bevor er verurteilt wurde.
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
Ich denke das nur, weil, als wir Navia das erste Mal getroffen haben, war sie in dieser Lobby und hat dann gesagt, wenn richtige Gerichte Gerechtigkeit walten lassen würden und es nicht als Oper missbraucht wird oder als Oper dargestellt wird, dann hat Navia ihren Kollegen unterbrochen. Das reicht jetzt, hat sie gesagt. Also ich gehe davon aus, dass das was damit zu tun hat.
I doubt I know much more than you, but I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful. Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
Chlorand hat krasse Augen.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me. And what about these Gardemeks? I thought only those associated with a Maison Gardiennage could control them.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law. I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means. Be careful, and do not act rashly.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish.
Und wie ist sie hergekommen?
Regardless, thank you for your help today, Chlorand. But if you get any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate being followed.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
Ich mag sie. Jetzt nicht ein Riesenhut? Interesting.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Chlorand was being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
She's...
Ja, ich denke mal. Was ist gerade... Was ist
Oh,
los?
thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done for! Those Gardemeks came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and Navia and her gang saved us!
Danke, Navia.
Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Chlorinde who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Danke für die Rettung.
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway. As such, we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
Was war jetzt mit der Fanta? War das irgendwas?
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
Ich liebe Melos und Silver.
All right, you two.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Huh? Really? Paimon contributed somehow?
Yes, all thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
How did that help?
After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought of what you said.
Salzig.
That the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky.
Da ist etwas nicht richtig
Fanta
gewesen.
only comes in sweet flavors. So how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had...
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Oh, lecker.
Yes. So if you hadn't drunk that cup for me...
Wow.
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak for saving the boss.
Yeah.
Huh. Really?
Es ist ein Glück.
I sent people to Hotel Debord to investigate. But whoever did this left no trace at all. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger, and hurried here as quickly as I could.
But why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Linny in court and help clear his name. Ugh, now we're caught up in this mess too, aren't we?
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the process. Did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
Well, it can't be a coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. He said that he heard that voice calling for Vache again. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too, but it was real faint. Does this situation have to do with the primordial seawater then?
Definitiv.
Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people who are not from Fontaine?
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
New intel? While you were out cold?
Well, let's hear it, shall we?
Die Stimme im Brunnen gehört zu einem der vermissten Mädchen. Diese Vache war wohl ein Augenzeuge davon, wie sie sich aufgelöst hatte.
Oh, that is important.
Und was ist, wenn er der Täter war?
Vache. That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately. Thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate.
Alles klar, Partnerin.
Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate?
Well, you did say that our farewell meal didn't really count. That means we're still partners, right? And besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Traveler?
Oh, Traveler.
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You are the face of Spina di Rosula, after all.
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure. I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Huh, very good. But let's not let our guard down for now.
I shall find rooms for our respected guests.
Thank you, Malus. Now, let's continue, Traveler.
Gehen in die Ab. Oh.
Faster? Okay, faster.
Da ist ja der Weg versperrt, soweit ich weiß, ne? Interesting. Welcome to the Zoos. Interessante Verhältnisse.
Ooh, pretty.
Ah, das bedeutet, das ist das Wappen des Spina die rosula. Verstanden. Haustier. Kennt jemand eine Möglichkeit, wie man Fontaine das Bürgerrecht wiederherstellen kann? Soweit ich weiß, gibt es im Moment keinen solchen Fall. Colin wurde vermisst. Ehemaliger Forscher am Forschungsinstitut ist der erste, auf der vorher an der Tafel stand. Thermodynamik. Stämmiger Mann mit passiver und kleinmütiger Persönlichkeit. Seit über einem Monat vermisst und schuldet dem L.O.R. Noir 10.000 Mora. Interessant. Er ist verantwortlich für den Unfall?
So, this is your base?
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently say it's the best we have.
Danke.
Well, our funds have been a little tight lately. After all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Seems like it's tough times for everyone. But if you have the support of the people, that does sound like it's worth it.
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years ago. I'm afraid I'm not quite his equal.
Your father, he was the previous boss of Spina di Rosula, right? How did he...
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
No, I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And as partners, this is something I hope they can understand. My father's name is Callas. Yes, the same one they call Callas the Unfaithful in the streets.
Es gibt die Callas-Line.
3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial. He died in the duelist's ring.
Oh no.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. I'm sure he was set up. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up and prove his innocence. But strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but rumor has it that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender, determined to die in the arena. 3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself. The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his death.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case.
That's right. I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in, but I haven't found a single new clue in my countless reviews of the investigation records. However, I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, they must know something. I must know what really happened. Was my father coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend, I must get to the truth. If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me. And now, here I am investigating his death.
Demoiselle, please, if there is anything I can do, anything at all.
I also will never believe that Master Callas murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you. Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident, hence our strained finances.
Wait, if Callas was such a good man, wouldn't people at least be a little suspicious when he would—
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine, really. People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one slip-up just as much.
But how could— never mind. If Callas was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth. He didn't deserve to have that happen to him.
There is one other thing. Master Callas's opponent in the duel was Miss Clorand.
Oh, her?
Miss Clorand has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. If her opponent doesn't yield, she will not stop either. She knew Master Callas beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how he was resolute in the arena, there was only ever one choice she could have made.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I just can't deal with this yet.
Don't worry, Navia. Paimon knows how you feel. You don't have to force yourself to do that.
Er hat auf jeden Fall beabsichtigt zu sterben.
Yes, that is our understanding as well.
Oh, Papa. What madness drove you to ask the person who killed you to take care of me? All right. Anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did sound like I was just complaining towards the end. Thanks. You two should go and rest. This was quite a day after all.
Yeah. Paimon's beat.
Please, relax and get some sleep. We will ensure you rest soundly.
Verflossene. Auf zum Pailais Memoiria.
Pailais is right up ahead. Come on.
Okay. Oh, wir sind reinkommen. Ich wusste nicht, dass man hier rein kann. Dieses Instrument, was das spielt im Hintergrund. Ich weiß nicht, wie das heißt, aber das, was wie ein Piano aussieht, ist aber nicht wirklich eins ist. Komische Geräusche macht. Oh. Dein Schreibtisch? Mit dem Finger zeigen kann er jetzt.
Halt! Please state your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied with official matters.
Huh. This place does look pretty heavily guarded. Guess that proves that Nervalet's files are really secure.
Je nachdem.
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who you might be related to.
See? They've got great discipline, too.
Yep. Paimon can tell.
If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit. Unlike some, we're busy, so please leave if you don't have a reason to be here.
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few days ago? We were at the trial of the great magician Linny.
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Linny's attorneys. It's all coming back to me now.
We're here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up case.
Huh. Is that even a thing?
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on official business. You can trust us.
All right, then. I'll let you through. The Chief
Total
Justice is
gesichert, ja.
just inside.
Ah, thanks so much.
Das war ja beunruhigend. Wiedergang Remurias.
Faster? Okay, faster.
Man kann ihr Gesicht nicht sehen. Das ist ja total lustig. Oh. Hier steht etwas sehr Interessantes. Die Legende besagt, dass die ersten Menschen in der alten Zeit moralisch so gefestigt waren, dass sie weder Gesetze noch Regierung benötigten. Die Botschafter des Himmelsreichs wandelten auf den Erden. Unter ihren Führung lebten die Menschen seit Urzeiten in Frieden, Wohlstand und Überfluss. Das Orakel herrschte unzählige Generationen, bis die Menschen der trügerischen Ewigkeit überdrüssig wurden. Die nachfolgende Generation glaubte nicht mehr an das Orakel und stattdessen an etwas, das die Götter nicht verheißen hatten. So versuchten sie, das Joch des Schicksals abzuwerfen. Der Himmel zürnte ihnen und befahl dem Meer, die Städte und Siedler mit riesigen Wellen zu zermalmen. Daraufhin regnete es 100 Tage. Die Wassermassen verschlangen alles Böse und allen ihr Glauben und beendeten so das Zeitalter der ersten Menschen. Danach waren alle wieder zurückgeworfen in Unwissenheit und Barbarei. Es vergingen unzählige Jahre, die in fernen Süden Aufstieg und Fall des Throns von Gurabad sahen. Oh. Ja, das kennen wir. Im Osten erreichte auch das edle Volk der Grenze zum Hohen Meer, während unsere Vorfahren weiterhin in Unwissenheit und Aberglaube darbten. Erst als der große König Remus auf der goldenen Fortuna in Melopis landete, hielten wieder Zivilisation und Ordnung in Fontaine Einzug. Remus. Auf der goldenen Fortuna. Das ist ein Schiff. Melopis ist eine Stadt. Er lehrte die Menschen, den Boden zu bestellen. Der König Remus, den wissen wir nicht, wer das ist. Doch als der König der Götter und seine Volk in sorglosen Träumen schwelgten und einem grenzenlosen Fortschritt entgegensahen, trafen seine Seher eine unheilvolle Prophezeiung. Im günstigsten Reich ist die totale Vernichtung beschieden und dies sei Fortuna. Der König der Götter erkannte im Gang der Sieben und im Wind, der über Erde und Ozean streifte, die ursprünglichen Plan und komponierte daraus eine himmlische Melodie. Er glaubte, solange sich die irdischen Städte in diese perfekte Harmonie einfügten, könnten sie den Fängen des Schicksals entkommen und das ersehnte ewige Paradies erreichen. Aber schon die Schreiber längst vergangener Zeiten wussten, dass sich Werden und Vergehen aneinander reihen und nichts für die Ewigkeit besteht. Strange. Remus heißt Wolf, oder? Um eine vollkommene Harmonie zu gewährleisten, erwählte König Remus 4 mächtige Menschen. Auf sie verteilte er seine Macht und seine Stärke und ernannte sie zu seinen Mitherrschern und Harmosten der Städte, um alle Disharmonien auszulöschen. Aber den vorgezeichneten Weg des Schicksals können selbst die Götter nicht ändern und schon der Versuch, dem Urteil der Vorsehung zu entkommen, ist ein Vergehen. Unter all den vielen Sünden, die der König der Götter beging, war dies der größte. Für die Menschheit die Macht zu beanspruchen, die nur den Göttern gebührt. Die Menschheit zerfiel durch ihre Macht und Stärke, Gewalt und Aufstände. Das ist die hinterhältige List des Schicksals, dass die Vorsehung immer in Erfüllung geht, gerade weil jemand versucht, sich ihr zu entziehen. Wenn der Tag des Schicksals kommt, ist der Untergang der ewigen Stadt Remuria besiegelt. Aber wie schon die Schreiber längst vergangener Zeiten, werden und vergehen reihen sich aneinander und nichts besteht für die Ewigkeit. Ist das derselbe, der 4 Kopien von sich erschaffen hat? Oder ist es wieder eine ganz andere Geschichte? Bis die Erde über Nacht auseinanderfiel. Oh. Die königliche Stadt zerfiel, die Macht zerbrach und die Menschen auf hohem Meer wieder in Barbarei und Chaos zu versinken drohten. Ist immer ein Wieder und immer ein Zyklus, war es unsere edle Königin, die die Fäden zwischen den Stämmen beendete. Und um die sprudelnde Quelle gründeten die Menschen neue Städte und die Herrschaft des Rechts begann, andauernd bis zum heutigen Tag. Es kam der erste Wasserarchont. Es gibt noch heute Legenden vor Ort, in denen die großen Gelehrten des Altertums als seelenaussaugende Magier beschrieben werden, die mit den Seelen der Sterblichen besonders magische Statuen beleben und kontrollieren. Die Remurianer haben einst tatsächlich furchterregende magische Statuen hergestellt. Manchmal kann man sogar heute noch ihre Überreste auf dem Land finden. Ist Remuria Canria? Der Niedergang. Remurias. Wegen den Steinstatuen glaube ich, dass es Canria sein müsste. Am Anfang dachte ich, es wäre einfach die Vorgeschichte von der Zivilisation, die unter Fontaine liegt. Könnte beides sein. Interessant. Ich würde sagen, ich mache jetzt Schluss und wir sehen uns in der nächsten Folge wieder. Und dann machen wir weiter. Bye bye.